who knows more about highway safety than the American trucker?
Big news out of Washington, D.C. today, and honestly, a big win for truck drivers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing 9 separate initiatives that have truckers at front of mind, and all are things OOIDA has been advocating in support of for a number of years. Joining us to break it all down is OOIDA Executive Vice President Lewie Pugh. Lewie, thanks for joining us.
Hey, it's a great day to be on your show.
Yeah, I was just going to say congratulations to you and to the association. This is a big day.
Not only to the association, but to all the truckers and members out there who are active and belong to OOIDA and answer our calls to actions and stuff. See, so as I tell you, it takes a long time, but this stuff, it really does work if you can talk enough.
They are listening. Again, it's just a matter of getting it done. And again, these are 9 different things that are all wins in the eyes of OOIDA, in the eyes of truck drivers out there. Let's just kind of run through these initiatives and what they are going to do. We'll start with truck parking. Obviously, this is a huge issue that needs a lot of help, and we're going to get some. Yeah,
I mean, Secretary Duffy and the administration and stuff has made this parking a priority. They've seen the studies, heard the complaints, been out here on the road and seen the real what's happening with trucks parked everywhere. And yeah, big news coming for parking grants and expanded parking in states, and more money going to be available for states and municipalities.
And the thing I like about this too is that you can tell that the commitment is there, that this feels like a starting point for this conversation. And this is one of these things where you start these initiatives in these states and these areas, it's going to carry on to other places as well. So that's encouraging.
Yeah, and hopefully it carries on to Capitol Hill to get the Truck Parking Safety Improvement Act, get Congress off their butts and get some money out there.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, and Congressman Mike Bost, a friend of the show and a friend of the association as well,
100%.
has been pushing that for a number of years. So yeah, for sure. Let's move on here. This one's, I think, short and quite frankly, sweet. Speed limiter mandate, goodbye. The proposal, I should say.
Yeah, see ya there. No, they think it's crazy. Under the last time President Trump was president, he did away with it and going to do away with it again. They see the safety aspects of this and how it's not safe, and our truckers don't want it. And, who knows more about highway safety than the American trucker?
Yeah, and the next step on this, obviously, this administration, speed limiter mandate proposal, not going to happen. It could happen in future administrations. We've got that bill in Congress that would essentially bar FMCSA from doing that in the future.
100%. It doesn't mean we don't get to call our congressman, because that's what we need to do now. We need to get the bill passed in Congress to kill it for good.
Right. Yep, for sure.
So our friends at the American Trucking Association can't come back and ask for it again.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that will certainly be happening probably. Hours of service flexibility. This is a big one. We should emphasize that these are pilot programs that we're talking about here. But interesting in that they're looking at this issue and maybe looking at doing some things a little bit differently.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big one. Truckers continually ask for more flexibility. So the one pilot program is going to be the split sleeper berth, a 6 and 4, 5 and 5 is what it sounds like. So that'll be a good pilot program. They've only been supposed to do this pilot program for I don't know how long, but they've committed to doing that. The second one is, right now we have this 3-hour for adverse conditions or whatever. You can extend the 14-hour stop, however you want to say it. They want to put this in the driver's hands and let the driver have the option to use this if you want to wait out traffic, if you want to stop and get a steak, if you're not feeling good and want to take a nap, whatever. Now, the only little questionable thing here is the fact of that you could also use this while as shipper and receiver. And I know there's concerns out there, and we've already brought this to their
attention.
Thank you.
Yep.
So we've already brought this to attention that, this could be a way that shippers, receivers, or even some motor carriers out there that are a little unscrupulous could make you use these 3 hours in their favor, not your favor. They're aware of that. And again, these are pilot programs.
Right.
They'll be receiving data and information from these pilot programs to go back and look at this. Again, this is another good time to be reaching out to your lawmakers about the Got Trucker Act, because if the overtime thing we get paid, then that problem is going to solve itself.
Yeah.
And FMCSA realizes that as well, but they don't have any oversight over pay on truckers. But, we know that this is something that OOIDA was asking for in the last hours of service change. back in 2019, I guess it was. This is what we petitioned for. And, of course, we heard the same thing that I said, that it could be, some people could use this the wrong way. But with that being said, we think this is a good thing. It's putting some strength in the drivers. And, sometimes truckers, you're going to have to stand up for yourselves a little bit, too, to these people and say, load my truck, or, I'm out of here, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those pilot programs and the details to come on those. A big one here, changes coming to the National Consumer Complaint Database, and I don't think it's an understatement to say that changes need to be coming to that system there, and they are.
Yep, 100%. And they're even going to add a thing for property brokers where you can file a complaint very easy on them, and supposedly have people staffing it to read these complaints.
Yeah, and again, the details to come on some of these things, but again,
exactly.
this is
just overview.
This is what's happening right now, or will be happening in the weeks and months to come here. Double brokering, a huge issue right now. That's something also that the DOT is looking at.
They know the double brokering issue. We met with them, and 100%. They're looking into that and how to fight against that.
And also, keeping the pre-2000 truck engines on the ELD exemption list. That's another thing.
Yes, they have no taste to remove that. They're 100% in favor of leaving that exemption in place.
And then we're seeing some updates as well coming to the data queue process and the driver resource page on their website there at USDOT. This speaks really just to the big deregulatory policy overall of this administration. And again, we can't stress this enough. These are positive
These are positive
here.
things. They're saying the right things. They're listening. It seems they're listening. These are all things that OOIDA has been fighting for. Again, this is just out there. This is fresh. This is a 3,000-foot level, maybe a 30,000-foot level of what's to come. Stay tuned to this show. Watch our social media. Watch Landline Magazine. If you have more questions, call our compliance department. As more information comes out, you will be the first to know, and we will keep you informed of how this is going.
And the good news is that, OOIDA, you've been instrumental in making these things happen. You're going to continue to be in conversation with, with the USDOT, FMCSA on these things to make sure that we're kind of following the process there and going the right way.
That's what we're here for, and that's what we do. You got to play within the system if you want to change the system, and that's what we're doing.
Lewie Pugh, Executive Vice President of OOIDA. Again, congratulations on this. Big news. We'll continue to follow it. We'll have much more, as you said there, throughout the coming days. But we appreciate your time.
Hey, thanks for having me, and thank you, truckers, for what you do. And thanks for reaching out to your lawmakers in Congress and FMCSA and telling them how you think.